10 cats. He's dense. It's lethal Bizzle. Tiff acts to follow. It's Biff Stevenson. And their team captain, Beckett. And facing them tonight, she's a drama queen. It's Jessica Knappett. Nish upon a star. It's Nish Kumar. And their team captain, Ashling B. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 70% of British men say they wear their watch as a status symbol? I know I do, and my status is tiny cock o'clock. 40% of young adults don't know how to change a nappy. It's easy. You just have to pull the legs through, fold the flaps over, secure them, and at no point look your nana in the eyes. And 12% of British women would prefer their man to be good at DIY rather than sex. I like to combine the two. Drill hole A against the wall until flush, then screw until nuts tighten. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist's job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Ashling's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
I think people might have mentioned the election results, Jim.
So the results have just come in as we're recording this, quite exciting. The exit poll has predicted a hung parliament with no party gaining an overall majority.
Yes!
So, obviously, we're recording this last Thursday. This goes out on Tuesday, so it'll probably be sorted in the next couple of days. But no one's clear this evening on
Can
what's
I
going
just
on.
say that a hung parliament sounds like the least sexy porno I've ever
Can I just say this?
She called an election! She didn't get the majority!
The real story here, I sense, will be Theresa May, because this was a piece of political gameplay.
Yeah.
Theresa May called the election. She thought they're never going to get anywhere close to me. They were predicting a majority of 170 seats for the Conservatives, and, I mean, they've lost seats.
Yeah.
I bet Corbyn's loving it, isn't he? Tonight, just wandering around, just swinging his dick about. What do you reckon he calls it? The comrade? The Red Peril?
He calls it
El Presidente.
Have you met the Red Peril? Lethal, are you happy with this result? Are you a supporter of Labour? Or?
I am originally a supporter of Labour. I'm not the biggest Jeremy Corbyn fan, I'll be honest. I think he's definitely changed my opinion on this election. He's definitely come out a bit more. But I just find it really hard to take someone who wears baggy suits seriously.
Did you see how many grime artists he was hanging out with?
Yeah, it was cool, but again, I just feel like, is that really genuine, or are you just trying to get the young generation on side?
I don't even know genuine. I don't know a lot about grime.
They can't do worse than Theresa, though, can they? All you've got to do is repeat a couple of sound bites on a loop, wear a necklace that looks like a bike chain, so everyone thinks you're strong and stable. Do you want to see my impression of Theresa May?
Go on.
You ready?
Have you not turned up to a debate? Although, I mean, in fairness to Theresa May, she's not the most charismatic of politicians, so I think if she turned up to the debate, she might have done even worse.
I think it's because she wasn't naughty enough.
Oh, she's plenty naughty. Would you like to see a clip of this? Let's take a look at naughty Theresa May.
What was the naughtiest thing you ever did? Oh, goodness me. Well, I suppose the... Gosh, do you know, I'm not quite sure.
Well, there must have been a moment.
Nobody's ever perfectly behaved, are they? I mean, you know, I have to confess, when me and my friends sort of used to run through the fields of wheat, farmers weren't too pleased about that.
Did she say fields of wheat or fields of weed?
Fields of weed. Fields of weed.
Yeah, weed or weed?
Well, the problem with the hung parliament is, of course, it's not over.
It does seem like there is going to be, like, more instability, which means we probably are going to have another election.
No!
Which means that we're just going to do it over and over again. It was Indie Ref, Brexit, now it's going to be Indie Ref and the Temple of Doom, then Indie Ref and the Last Crusade, then Brexit, Brexit Returns, Brexit Forever, Brexit and Robin, and we just go on like that until eventually we're all just dead.
Did you see that they were saying you can take selfies outside of the polling station but not inside of the polling booth? And I was like, God, imagine if there was, like, another type of booth where you could take a photo of yourself.
Is that so you don't show other people's votes? Because they were saying you can say who you voted for, but you can't reveal anyone else's votes. But then this thing came round, they were saying you can bring your dogs to the polling station. And I'm like, that'll definitely give away who you're voting for, right? Pitbull, UKIP. Whippet, Labour. Some hounds and a couple of horses, Tory. And then the Greens turn up with a fox and it all kicks off.
And of course, Philip May brought Theresa.
Why can't we just vote on an app?
Yeah, but it feels like you've got more say in Britain's Got Talent than you do in the election.
Yeah.
Because you vote on that every week and then they have a little final. I reckon they should have a little runoff, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we just end up with a dog for Prime Minister.
Not just a dog.
I'm going to ruin that
He's on a
for you.
seesaw!
There's 2 of them. 2 dogs.
What?
This is like the time I found out that baby horses weren't called ponies.
I don't like horses because... Don't do a teeth joke. Flat palm. I don't like it when you drive through the New Forest with all the horses knocking about and they're on the road. I'm like, you've got the whole of the New Forest. You can't eat tarmac. Fuck off out my way. What's it doing?
Yes, political satire here on 8 out of 10 Cats. OK, let's have a look and see if the general election is up there. Of course it is. Yes, it's the general election. It was a snap general election. He's a prick, she's a prick, snap. Days before the election, Corbyn made an appalling gaffe in a radio interview, but they opened a window and it was fine. It's been an interesting election, but let's not forget that time David Cameron had sex with a pig.
You ain't Cameron, didn't you?
No, I'm all right with it.
I'd love to see you have a fight with Cameron. It'll be it'll be like in Bridget Jones. Hugh Grant and Colin Firth having a row.
I bumped into him a while back.
But like
we got on
a
fine.
little barge,
A little
give him
dig.
one.
We bumped into him.
Oh, my God!
What?
Myself and Jess went for pizza one night
we
in
went
Pizza
Express.
Express.
And David Cameron and Samantha Cameron walked in and sat and had a margarita.
Well, first of all, the security people came in and cleared it, and we were kind of like, oh, no, good.
You did what to David Cameron? You've really got to work on your pizza-eating mind, because...
I'd hate to see her do a blowjob like that.
OK, Rob's team, what do you think the nation will be talking about?
George Clooney and Amal Clooney, they had twins, didn't they?
Fabulous news, isn't it? It's nice to have just a nice bit of news.
Ella and Alexandra as well.
Also
So
a
normal
boy.
names, a boy and a girl. Normal names.
I'm all for that. Because my surname is weird, Owusu-Ansah.
Bizzle.
Bizzle. Yeah.
No. My real name. So basically, my real name is... No one will be able to pronounce it, so I won't repeat it. But when you see it on a piece of paper, you'd be like... Answer.
Well, that's Rob, because he can't read, but
Yeah. Owusu-Ansah. So what used to happen to me in school is the teacher couldn't pronounce it. So it will come to the register, you know, like, Jason Donovan in...
You went to school with Jason Donovan?
Jason, yeah, man.
I'm really enjoying the fact that you were trying to think of a white person and the first one you thought of was Jason Donovan.
That's how I was saying. Jason will be like, Miss in... Then it will come to my name, and there'll be a pause, and they'll be like... and I'll be like, Owusu-Ansah, miss, and then the whole class will start laughing, and I'll just be like, every single class, I've got to just get ready for this. So I think giving a normal name gives them the leeway of not being bullied in school.
Yeah, but I think if they
you call yourself Northwest, they're going to be like, where's the compass?
Yeah,
So I'll go through the good celebrity names. So Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow named their kid Apple. Liam Payne and Cheryl Cole. Bear Grey, they call their son.
Bear?
Yeah.
Like, bear in the street means, like, loads.
Why are you telling me that?
So I thought, basically, she's saying he's going to have loads of grey hair.
Street, where do you think I'm from? So Apple, Bear Grey.
Oh, Jamie Oliver's kid, Spaghetti Pete.
Spaghetti Pete. Jamie Oliver does not have a kid called Spaghetti Pete.
Yes.
No, he's kids. Daisy Boo, Buddy Bear, Poppy Honey, Petal Blossom, and River Rocket.
Right, Jimmy, slip Spaghetti Pete in the middle of that and see if it sounds like
OK, all right, OK. So Jamie Oliver's kids are Daisy Boo, Buddy Bear, Poppy Honey, Spaghetti Pete, Petal Blossom, and River Rocket. It does sound fun. When you put it in there, you could get away with it.
My dream is someone to go to Jamie Oliver and go, Spaghetti Pete.
I'll do it.
Someone's going to do it.
Yeah, text him now.
Can you imagine how hard it must be if your dad's George Clooney and your mother is, like, a top human rights lawyer?
Yeah.
How are you going to rebel? Like, would you just end up being aggressively average?
And be like, what are you going to be when you grow up? A disappointment.
Twins is tough, though, and it's going to be expensive on the childcare for them.
I think they can take it.
Twins are great, obviously, a gift, a joy, but it can be a bit confusing with twins. Have a look at this.
Do you want Dada? Who's that? Who's that? Yeah. Who's that? Who's that?
It's adorable, right?
Do you know what's funny about George Clooney living in the UK now? They've made their home there. Yeah, so he lives in Berkshire, but George Clooney lives between Reading and Slough. Wow. Hollywood's George Clooney could probably get to Bracknell without a sat-nav.
OK, let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, George and Amal Clooney have had twins. As if George Clooney wasn't attractive enough to women, now he has 2 babies. He may as well have a Prosecco-flavoured cock. George Clooney was trying to have kids for years, but no matter how hard he shagged Matt Damon, he couldn't get him pregnant. Come on, there's a bromance there. There's a bromance. Jamie Oliver has text back. He said, he's fine, bro. Hope you're well.
Told ya.
OK, fingers on buzzers. Rob.
I saw this thing in the news. This might be one.
Go on.
Smart things. You know, like Siri and Alexa, those things. Yeah, they're putting them into houses. You can have a smart kitchen, but I don't want a smart kitchen. I don't want a kitchen more intelligent than me. I want a fit kitchen. Like, you put a bit of bread in the toaster and he goes, what do you expect me to do with that?
Yeah. I like that. Old school.
Like a freezer turn itself off. I'm cold.
Yeah.
Freezing it.
So this is... Apple have announced their new HomePod device. The smart home devices can control things including your lights, heating, calendar, alarms and your shopping lists.
Where does the information go back to, though?
That's what I want to know.
Because I don't want people knowing, like, my relationship with my fridge. So it'll just be like, she mainly comes in here at midnight crying.
The last thing you want is your fridge going, do you need that profiterole?
Yeah, you judgy fridge.
I don't need to worry about that because I know that I'm being spied on because of my appearance.
I don't know why anyone cares if it can hear you or it's spying on you. Like, all the stuff that I'm talking about, like, the questions I ask Siri is like, Siri, how many hobnobs is too many hobnobs? Siri, is it OK that my dog's just eaten a dishwasher tablet? Siri, what time does Wetherspoons open? Like, no one cares.
Worst ever question for a pregnant lady to ask.
They do really good food, actually.
My mother keeps speaking Hindi into Siri and it doesn't understand it, and so she called me the other day and was like, I think Siri's a racist.
I have the same problem being northern.
What have you had misinterpreted?
No, because I just know how it would go if I had one of these Google Homes. I'd be like, OK, Google, run me a bath. And then Siri would be like, the capital of Peru is Lima.
Of course, smart home devices aren't just something for grown-ups. They're something that the whole family can use.
Lada, play digger.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected. Porno ringtone. Hot chick, amateur girl, call you sexy.
No.
Pussy in a dildo ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
Well, it basically it said search for amateur porn.
Oh.
What that child said into it was find digger digger. Is that the name of a porn site or something? Digger digger. I feel like we should be making ourselves smarter and not robots smarter. And I feel like in 10 years' time, we're all going to be hidden down in the bottom of a bunker, afraid to say anything in case our hair straighteners hear us.
I think you can get too attached to them, though. You know, like, because I can't have a poo now unless I've got my phone in my hand. I've literally conditioned myself that my bowels will not engage unless I'm playing,
True.
you know...
I'm the same. I
Fruit Ninja.
I only cut my toenails when I do a poo.
Oh, God.
You're just sitting there doing nothing. You just get your clipper out and just start chopping away.
Yeah, but you're not doing nothing. You're having a shit.
Are you cutting your toenails dry?
What? Yeah. What?
OK, I'll only ever cut my toenails after I've been in the bath.
Oh, what?
Because your nails go really soft, because then they don't go flying around.
That's a good... You know what? When you go to my house, there's toenails all over the place, in my bed and my pillows.
You're shitting in your bed?
No! The toenails! When I'm clipping them, they just start flying everywhere.
Yeah, but you're taking a shit while you're clipping them.
Oh, no, but I've got ensuite. I forgot to add that, sorry. I've got ensuite, sorry.
No wonder they call you lethal. There's shit and toenails everywhere. Well, I can tell you, Apple's new HomePod is not up there, but there are many ways to make your home smarter these days. You can also make your home less smart by inviting Rob round. OK, fingers up buzzers. What else have people been talking about this week?
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman?
Yeah,
it's the first female superhero movie.
Is it the first?
Yeah. Wonder Woman earned $101 million at the US box office, making it the biggest opening weekend of all time for a female director.
Yes.
Very
Wow. Girl power.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant when she shot some of the scenes.
Oh,
she
wow.
was 5 months pregnant.
Well, you're pregnant, you're on this show, so just as good.
They held, like, loads of women-only screenings, but I just saw women-only screening and I was like, am I due a smear test? Because I have not prepped for this and there's work that needs to go in beforehand. That's all I'm saying.
Like, some men got very upset about the fact that there was a women-only screening, and they said that in response they were going to organise a men-only screening of Spider-Man. Now, I've seen every Spider-Man film, and every screening has been a men-only screening of Spider-Man.
Here's the thing I don't understand about it. All the other lads, like Spider-Man, get a onesie, a comfortable onesie to lounge about in when they're doing their job.
That's true.
She used to wear an entire metal outfit the whole time.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, that's not comfortable, is it? It doesn't even have straps for support.
He-Man basically had his dick out most of the time. I just think it sounds a bit boring. What? Like Wonder Woman. Just like, oh,
What's her role?
Just wondering, like, oh, what should I have for lunch?
Like...
I wonder if the avocado's right.
Do you think Batman is just playing cricket?
Hey, Rob, I think all women are Wonder Women.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well, that's Joan of Arc, the Queen, Claire Baldwin. I've got loads of them.
Yeah, women are amazing. We can build houses inside us
Yep.
that store humans.
Houses?
Yeah, they're like houses with very red interiors.
Yeah.
A womb with a view. OK, this guy might be the biggest Wonder Woman fan there is. Take a look.
Fellas, remember how you had to go to Magic Mike and you had to go see 300 and you had to go see 300 Part 2 because all the men was ripped in the movie and we had to sit up there with our fat ass, we had chubby, we men, we never had no baby, we got stretch marks, but we got to see the dude with their shirt off. Go see Wonder Woman. The first act of them, go see Wonder... Bruh, listen, they got everything like it's a grocery store of options. I'm not trying to be sexist, but everybody on the island was fine. Everybody. They have black women, they have white women, they have thick women, they have skinny women, they have women with strong jaws, they have women with soft face, they have women that look like little butterflies. Gal got it going on. Gal is what a Kardashian wants to be. Listen, I'm 6 foot flat, 246 pounds. I like being a man. I like doing things men do. But I can't even lie to you. For like 89% of the movie, I wanted to be Wonder Woman.
Come on. Come on, that's review. Do you like superhero films, Bizzle?
I don't mind them. I'm not a huge fan. I like a bit of Batman, I like a bit of Spider-Man, a bit of Superman. I'm old school, man, but, you know, Wonder Woman...
You're old school, man. Is that
She's going to have this Dairy Dunker before I save the world. Well, I can tell you Wonder Woman isn't up there. Fingers on buzzers. What else have we been talking about? What do you think, Aisling?
Big Brother is back.
It is back?
Yeah, in the last week. I would have always felt like okay about making jokes about these people, but now, given the way the world is favouring reality TV contestants, I'm like, she could be the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Would you go on there, Lethal?
Nah. I've been asked a few times, but
nah,
I don't even get to the question of money yet. I mean,
it's a lot, mate. Alison Hammond told me how much she was going to get.
How much is
How
that?
much?
Oh, come on.
Oh, guys.
I'll think about that.
What makes me laugh is other people applied and didn't get on. How awful are they?
Well, if you switch over to Love Island, you can see.
Love Island this week, like, there was a guy in it who's 22, and he heard that one of the girls had slept with 2 people on one night, and he's like, no, I don't know about it now. Like, I'm kind of like sort of, like, I'm a bit of a good boy, I'm a bit of a mummy's boy. I've only slept with, like, 28 women.
Is that the one with the guy from Blazing Squad's in there? No one
The
gives a
one
shit?
from Blazing Squad,
Oh,
and he
yeah,
can't
yeah,
stop
yeah.
mentioning it.
He can't stop mentioning it every single
Yeah.
day. They're like, oh, it's hot. It's like, yeah, it's blazing.
Jessica, have you seen Big Brother?
Yeah, I haven't seen this one, but I heard that one of them has insured his penis for £12 million.
What? You know what?
I want to know how they value it. Like, what does that valuation look like? Is it like on the Antiques Roadshow? Like, there's a guy in a bow tie just being like, yes, that's in very good condition. Can I ask how long you've had it?
He's quite hot, that guy, isn't he?
He's got Nish's hair. If we, like, did that, you'd... You're the same.
Yeah.
Can I ask, if you were insured for 12 million, guys, wouldn't you just cut your dick off?
You're saying for £12 million, would you cut your dick off?
I'd love to see the, like, go compare. When your penis gets snapped off, just go compare.
You know what, Aisling? I don't like comparing. I don't even like getting changed in front of other dudes.
What garden vegetable are we thinking? Baby courgette? Courgette flower? Tiny button mushroom?
Are you naming Jamie Oliver's kids again?
Is yours a bit of a spaghetti Pete?
OK, let's have a look and see if Big Brother's up there. Yes, it's the return of Big Brother. One of the housemates, who's a stripper with the Dream Boys, has insured his penis for £12 million. I've insured my penis for just third-party fire and theft. So those were the nation's most popular talking points. But in other news, former FBI chief James Comey has said that there was something dodgy about Donald Trump's election victory, and that something dodgy was Donald Trump. So at the end of that round, Rob, Tiff and Bizzle have 1 point. Aisling, Jessica and Nish have 2 points. Okay, so the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Best way to make people like you. What do you think?
What about a cloning machine? Because then you could make people like you.
If I had a cloning machine, I'd be beside myself.
I really like like people when they say they like me. It's as simple as that, really.
How do you make people like you? Tiff, what do you do?
What you need to do is you take the name of the person and you put it in an envelope and you put it under your pillow and you sleep on it for a week. Then you get a lock of their hair, you put it inside an egg, you bury it in the garden, you moonbathe some crystals, and then after like 3 or 4 days, if that doesn't work, you wank them off.
Solid advice.
I think you have to die. You have to die, don't you?
Well, that was chilling.
Because my auntie was a right bell end, but no one mentioned that at the funeral, did they?
You're right. Funerals should be more like equal, shouldn't they? Like, you know, like at weddings you have like bride and groom. At a funeral you should have for and against.
Aisling, how do you make people like you? What do you think?
Do you know what I like to do? I like to stand in the girls' toilet and go, no, you go ahead of me. And, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, you go ahead of me. Oh my God, thank you. No, you go ahead of me. Oh my God, thank you. And you're just the most popular gal. You're in a toilet for the night, but you're so popular.
While you're there, you might as well sell some Chubba Chubs.
Yeah.
OK, so best way to make people like you. What do you think, Nish? What do you do to make people like you?
I don't really have to try. Oh, fuck you!
So, well, go on, what do you do? Do you...
The thing that a lot of people do is smile and laugh to make people comfortable, but I've got quite a pungent laugh, Jimmy.
Oh, how do you mean?
It's people have described it as infectious, but not in a good way.
Like Ebola.
Like Ebola, yeah.
Sorry, so you're looking me in the face and telling me you've got a weird laugh.
I moved into a flat in 2009 that my friend was living in, and 2 weeks after I moved in, we received an official complaint of what was, and I'm quoting directly here, a loud hyena-like sound.
Give us a demo. What does it sound like?
That's my laugh, Jimmy!
OK, so best way to make people like you...
I've got an idea.
Listen. Oh, sorry.
It's pretty close to listen.
Yeah, asking questions about themselves.
That's the right answer, I'll give you that, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the best way to make people like you is to ask them questions about themselves. I do that naturally, but when you're on a date, girls don't always like it when you ask them what they think the top 3 most talked about stories of the week are. All right, so worst thing about hosting a house party?
Having to buy a house.
No fun trying to get that mortgage. Worst thing about hosting a house party, what do you think?
Too many Pringles, not enough dip. The hardest thing about having a house party is telling your neighbours you're having one, but without inviting them. It's almost like you want to just slip a note in when you know they're not going to be there, because you don't have to actually ask them face to face, and you can't ask them on the day. It's quite awkward, quite tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Well, it must be hard for you. It's what, about a 3-mile walk to your neighbours?
OK, what's the worst thing about hosting a party? What do you think, Nick?
Someone taking a dump.
Yeah.
That's beyond belief. Like, I've been to house parties where someone came in, took a dump immediately, and, like, before most of the guests had arrived, and there was, and I believe the technical term is a fug. Stinky shit. It was horrible. It really wrote the night off. I don't get invited back. That's the problem.
Do you ever have a house party? Do you ever have people around?
I've had a house party before and it went tits up, and I don't think I'm ever going to do one again.
How bad did it get?
The toilet was demolished.
Very sorry about that, Mr. Bizzle.
Vomit, shit, toenails.
Toenails.
Am I right?
Literally everything. And it was my mum and dad's house at the time as well, and they were away.
Did anyone have a bath?
I would have wished they did.
Because someone had a bath at my house party once.
Were their clothes on?
No, I just had a bath.
A lot of your friends are homeless, though, right?
Yeah. But isn't it when you're a kid, that's the worst, when you, like, if you have a house party when you're, like, a teenager, and then, like, all the hard kids come from, like, the estate, and then they turn up, and you're like, oh, yeah, take that watch, my dad never uses it. yeah, kiss my sister if you want.
I had all my CDs nicked at a house party once. So I had all our CDs were in one place, so they took, like, all of my music and then left my mum's 2 CDs that were in there, which were Julio Iglesias and Michael Bolton.
Lethal Bizzle, do you play your own music at house parties?
I'll get shy, you know, when my music comes on, to be honest. I kind of hide in the corner when my music comes on. So I try to tell the DJ, I give him a note, no Lethal Bizzle.
I always do that.
Do you?
I don't worst thing is, but I think the best thing about a house party is when you turn up in a Primark coat, then you go to the Swapsies room and you leave in a Prada one.
The what? What room?
Swapsies.
It's the Swapsies room. That's what everyone calls it, right?
Yeah, it's not coats, it's other halves.
Park keys in a bowl.
What do you think? What's your favourite? Do you ever host a party?
Yeah, I like it when you run out of mixers for your vodka and you have to go and use a Barocca. When it gets desperate, and it gets really desperate towards the end of the night.
So it's just straight vodka with a Barocca in it?
Yeah.
It's like the hangover cure and the thing giving you the hangover. This is a time saver.
Is it the last, like, few people that won't leave?
Oh.
And you have to sort of start tidying up round them and, like... You put, like
I had
put your
one once. It got to like 3 in the morning. We turned all the lights on, turned all the music off, and they still would not leave.
You've got to get the Hoover out, start hoovering around
I don't know
them,
where
and then that's
the
when
Hoover
they go.
is. OK, worst thing about hosting a house party, let's get some guesses.
Cleaning up, probably. That
is
was not
that is the right answer.
Hey!
Yes, the worst thing about hosting a house party is having to clean up afterwards. When it comes to house parties, I think it's safe to say I always clean up, if you know what I mean. I mean, I clean up because it does get very messy. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Rob, Tiff and Bizzle have 2 points. Aisling, Jessica and Nish are the winners with 3 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.